for both Repel and Purification. So I like the idea of actually going off lane on the Omni early on. Funky Mad does it generally on his supports anyway, so like we saw in Game 1 and since we've seen in Alliance in general. So that's what we're looking at here. And then obviously as they transition in towards the mid game, we've seen time and time again the strength of the Slardars amplify damage with the sniper. And they're just kind of trying to set up a focus target with Nikwa's hook shot, get amp on them, and blow that target away.
Nikwa gonna try and sneak in the early ward. Pycat is actually helping back them up. If Nikwa managed to get a sneaky set of cogs somewhere on Aloha Dance, might have been an early kill, but unlikely. Pycat and Matt just kind of making sure that Nikwa does get down the ward. It's going to be placed, not blocking out the camp, but it is a nice aggressive ward that sees some of the Empire rotations. Meanwhile, Yoki is playing very far forward. He actually went for an early ward as well. Another ward that's...
Is he going to try to snipe it for you? I mean, when you get a bounty rune on a mid hero, you usually go for tangos very early. Is he just going to sit here and wait for the opportunity?
Yeah, maybe. He's actually charging. They're going to go for the fight here in this bottom lane. Mad is not going to expect this one. Stunned up. What a beautiful set of cogs, though, from Nikwa. And it looks like Mad will be able to get out just ahead. The right click is not enough, and they will get out. So they get the bounty rune at bottom lane, but unfortunately, Yoki's rotation, that surprise hit, is kind of counteracted by the very good place of the cogs right up that ramp. So no early first blood just yet. Nikwa either going to fight some of these heroes as they back themselves up. Resolution, the standard Skywrath Mage, Ake, sitting in middle lane, zoning out that mid hero in order to make sure it misses a couple of CS.
Question, did you see Magicka's starting items? He's actually going Orb of Venom first on Omni Knight. So he intends to just duel constantly in that duel lane.
Weird, but okay.
Yeah. No, it's actually really, really good. Like, you just get 1 point in Degen Aura at level 2 or level 3, and you're just able to, like, stay on top of somebody. It's kind of like going in on the Ogre Magi. There's a little bit more risk involved in it. He doesn't have a Stout Shield or anything, so you have to worry about the creep wave. But essentially, if you can get close to this person, you just bully them back, and they have to run, because otherwise the Clockwork's going to be there, too. Like, their level 2 fight potential is actually really strong, and it's going to force the Night Stalker to kind of help out bottom lane a lot more.
Do you think it's going to be enough, though, versus a troll? I mean, a troll's kind of scary.
Ladyface. No. Okay, no. Yeah, I mean, I guess the troll, like, he's got the distance, right? Like, a Berserker's Rage, it puts him in melee, but he only uses that for fighting it. He doesn't have to use that necessarily for last hitting, so... Yeah, I kind of feel like it's gonna be requiring a little bit more of either silent misstepping or just them going deeper than they probably want to. Like, they'll commit, and then they'll realize they're up against 3 heroes and halfway across the lane. It's just, it's really difficult to commit to that kind of position. I think it's good to put pressure on the lane and force that Night Stalker away from top, because that's where Aloha Dance wants to be right now. But I also think that there is plenty of risk involved.
Ake's clarity is removed by Aloha Dance's peculiar rotation. Does manage to get the Void off. Will not be able to stop this DD, though, being picked up by Pycat. Unfortunate, but it looks like they are going to kind of run that dual lane that we talked about. So these two heroes trying to share the experience, essentially, because if they leave one of them in lane, they're just going to be zoned out constantly by the Skywrath Mage. 2 of them will actually allow them to get the full experience, even if they are sharing. So a very smart decision. Alliance, meanwhile, in the bottom lane, similar situation with the Clockwork and Omni Knight together. Neither one of them is going to be zoned out entirely by the Disruptor. So that just kind of leaves, if both of the dual lanes are kind of in the same scenario, that just leaves our middle lane, which is going to be the Zeus facing up against the Sniper. And I mean, this is usually just a farming matchup. Unlikely that we see an early kill, but Sniper is getting the early advantage in CS.
So now we see Pokemon does have a level 2, and he goes for deploying Degen Aura. So what he can do is kind of sneak around the side shop, try to kind of surprise attack from an eastern flank. And if he can get in range for 1 hit, they should be able to find a kill. If they're not, that person isn't under the tower at that point in time. Just Clockwork glues to somebody really well. The Zombie Knight, he has so much slow. I actually love Orb of Venom Omni Knight, like in a core set, like on go like a solo lane for Omni. I know it's not your traditional lane, but oh, Nikwa, oh, there's gonna be a nice glimpse. Okay, so I always want to fly one for glimpse very early. It's actually the only skill he has right now. But yeah, like look at Matt right now. Like he's actually looking to maybe commit against Silence. He's gonna get the heal bomb, but Now it's first blood. So this is the drawback. Is essentially if you can't survive the enemy's damage, then you're just screwed and you're committing to a fight you can't handle. It's only if he has the clock with him that this is actually a good progression.
Yeah, I can't help but wondering, what if you had boots instead of the Orb of Venom? You know, which, wow. Either way, it seems like Mad's early Orb of Venom isn't working out for him just yet, but we'll see as the lane progresses. I'm just very surprised that Ailiance were willing to contest a troll like that. He's got phase boots now, so it's going to be damn near impossible. Top lane Aloha Dance, it is nighttime, so they're trying to get a little jiggy with it, but Ake is hiding underneath the tower and should be fine. So Resolution actually going to find a haste rune. This is a potential upset here, especially up against the squishy sniper. He could get, oh, he actually doesn't have level 3 of Lightning Bolt. He went for the extra level in Arc Lightning, which we see a lot lately.
Yeah, I mean, it's really good for getting guaranteed last hits, and he's obviously doing decently with 18-1, but he's still not really at the point that you want him to be, so he's going to have to stick to the lane for quite some time. No roaming with level 6 or anything, and he'll get his soul ring out. Just keep that mana flowing. But, yeah, I mean, I'm not actually sure that the Clockwork and Omninet will be able to do anything until Nikwa hits 6. Like, I love the idea of Boots or Venom Omninet. I've done it too many times, and people flame it too hard. But in this case, you're right. The Troll Willer is just going to be able to keep his distance. The Phase Boots ensures that. And now it kind of feels like Amaska doesn't have anything to do in this game. Like, he's just going to be hit for a walk away, actually get glimpsed back, nice cogs, and he'll hit bomb himself. But it's not really, it's just distracting. It's not actually like
Nikwa. Oh, they couldn't get off the hill. Matt's gonna die as well. Oh, the Zeus ultimate Resolution pops that at the perfect time, and it is a pretty simple play, but it really does make the difference there in that bottom lane where the heal couldn't go out in time. The hero gets bursted down, and a huge difference, right? If that heal goes off, Clockwork survives a bit longer, gets more battery assault damage, plus the nuke hits silent. That is actually a very different fight. Nikwa gonna be sent back or not? Always want to fly, couldn't actually get off the glimpse in time for whatever reason.
Oh, it's on cooldown. It's on cooldown.
Oh, okay.
It's a really long cooldown, level 1 actually. 60 seconds. True. It's the most ridiculous thing. But
yeah, I forgot he used it. Charge into the middle lane, but both Matt and Ake are sitting behind that sniper waiting for the charge. And it will not be completed. Top rune, Yoki's going to have to take that bounty rune. And Resolution's going to be a bit sad not having that free fill up. Aloha Dance coming in with the invisibility around Nikwa. He does not have the silence, but with a slow, and should be good enough to get another kill. Nikwa just cogs and does what damage he can, but at the end of the day, he will feed away another kill to silent.
End of the day, they really just can't fight Empire right now. They looked for that, and if they had gotten like like you were talking about before with the kind of position that the Aloha Dance went to the bottom lane when the ward was placed out, if they had gotten a first blood then, this is the build on the Omni that could like continue that momentum, and Clockwork and Omni could dominate the bottom lane, dominate the jungle. But without any kills, it's actually just a really greedy, really over-aggressive play that in the end cost them the ability to move on the map a little bit. Like, Fortunat's gonna have mana issues, he's not gonna have a TP scroll for a while. It's just like, essentially, they have to play purely defensively now, and obviously, Empire are in a place where they want to be.
Yep, 4-0, 7 minutes in. They've got a rather large lead. Nikwa trying to make sure that he does get this CS. Aloha Dance got a bit close and kind of scared out that battery assault.
Have you seen Tranquil Boots on Sports Soccer? It makes sense to some extent, but it's just something I've never actually seen.
I think I have seen this once, because I remember talking about how you're doing so much roaming around that it actually proves to be pretty powerful, right? You're so fast. You're so very fast during nighttime. When you get like level 2 or 3 of Hunter in the Night, and you've got Tranquil Boots active, you actually go near max movement speed, so it actually just increases that rotational power. But yeah, it definitely is unique. We don't see that very often.
I don't hate it at all. I think it's actually probably pretty good. It's just, Disruptor, he wants him, he gets the amp, but there's a glimpse.
Oh, missed stun there. Pycat could have actually followed that up, and now it's going to be Pycat in trouble. Yoki pushes him back, always want to fly. Still, though, the bash on Pycat keeps always want to fly him alive for the time being. The shrapnel will finish him off, and now the nuke actually takes down the sniper. Resolution comes in with that haste rune, wants to go for more with the lightning bolt, but he's actually going to go for Loda instead. They have the charge in. Loda gets bumped back. The heal purification will keep him alive for the time being, but the Omni Knight goes down. Resolution continues to heal up, has Arcane's boots, and that is almost a triple kill. The last hit goes to Yoki there on Loda instead, but a 3-for-1 exchange. all due to the haste room pickup by Resolution in that bottom lane.
Man, that O2's play was just impeccable. Just focusing the exact target he needed to at the right time, coming in with the haste rune. Obviously, a little bit luck getting 2 haste runes this game already, but it's still, like, I mean, him just using his mana expertly, getting the kills exactly where he needed to. It was just actually really brilliant. Now it's actually going to be a Aloha Dance that's under some pressure. Just the assassinate after the rocket flare, and they did the math.
Yeah, that was pretty greedy of our Night Stalker to stick around like that. He's like, but I have Tranquil Boots. No, that's not good enough. Silent, rotating around. He actually wants to go for the Sneakwa. Does have Battery Assault as well as Cause. It's a little bit dangerous. Loda is going to try and set up that Amplify damage onto Silent so Pycat can finish him off, but at the same time, Resolution has come in, chase back Pycat. They get the free kill on the Clockwork. Assassinate, not quite good enough. Loda, they don't actually have, well, actually Kinetic Fields is good enough to hold Loda in. So Ice Wanna Fly just chasing him back farther away. Pycat is just ahead of Aloha Dance's Void. So at the end of the day, they trade off what? They kill the Night Stalker, but lose the Clockwork. The Troll having to go back, I suppose, is a bit of an advantage for Alliance as well, but nothing too major.
Yeah, I think anything for Alliance right now. Getting kills on the board is really important for them. They need a little bit of momentum here. Omnic, it's a solo lane during that time period. They do get some kill action on the sniper, so he can go for his Sange very early. And people will kind of scoff at this pickup, but he wants to go SNY later, and he needs HP now. So it's actually going to be helping, just allowing him to get enough survivability to run away, and then when Empire starts retreating, that's when he starts throwing pot shots at him. Madska's gonna have a lot more time with this HP buffer to get those heals out and turn the fights.
Invisibility picked up by Loda. He's looking for a pickoff here, and Always Wanna Fly would be an easy kill. But, you know, you would much rather have something bigger. I like the tunnel that Silent has built himself to be able to farm up the medium. And hard camp, the smoke is popped. Silent's run into, stunned up, Amplify damage is there, but Silent may actually live. He's got Whirling Axes up in 2 seconds. Is that going to be enough for him? Nukes come out, hook shot to be able to stop him, and Silent ends up falling. But they're very much behind enemy line. Take almost getting bursted. Yoki will help out with that. Last little arc lightning to finish him off. Nikwa also going to die, or maybe not. The purification goes out. Matt is instead the one that's going to die. Nikwa's stuck inside the corner. Lightning bolt to finish him off. Triple kill so far for Resolution. The extra bit of damage on Loda. Assassinate Aloha Dance, who was actually running away from Pycat earlier, but Empire don't care. They say, see you later, buddy. We're just going to keep on going. Loda pulled back with a glimpse. He's going to try and hit the stun, but Empire, beautiful split there, managed to get the extra kill. 4 kills, all for that Silent. We're not even going to include the Night Stalker because that was just a free pickoff for the Sniper. That was actually all about the very aggressive smoking that they went in for. Yoki, do you really want to do this? What? Why? Okay. All right. That was weird. But I suppose there's no stuns on Alliance.
Not really. I mean, that was an issue, definitely, as far as like how to respond to this. I was talking about in the draft, like Slaughter's Crush is really bad at dealing with charge, and obviously the Scarab doesn't have a response. So the end result is they really just can't stop TPs, they can't stop charges. It's really difficult. But that last fight was, of course, about how far and how deep Alliance committed for that kill.
Hook shot going to grab Resolution, the Mystic Flare on top, and they will get that kill. Hey, Rocky.
I was just about to say, the fights are all about what the Zeus can do when he's not under any pressure at all. Like, Resolution has just been able to just throw out every single spell constantly. He's got his Arc Lightning maxed out, so he's doing a ton of damage just by sitting in there and just casting and casting and casting, and it's worked out really well for them until this point. But now, the 6-0-4 Zeus does witness mortality, and that's going to be a lot of gold going the way of the Skywrath Mage.
Yeah, 1,500 gold and experience swing just with that one pickoff. So Skywrath Mage and Clockwork super happy with that kill. Get a big jump up in experience, that's for sure. Someone like Hawkeye definitely needs that. The charge up to top lane. They're actually going for the kill on Loda, silencing him up. The charge completes. Yoki's got the ultimates, and it may not even be necessary. The stun goes out, but it's actually Zeus who pops the ultimate there in order to get that kill. He doesn't have the Bloodstone yet because he died in the top lane. So pretty unfortunate for him, but he is going for the Bloodstone, which will play a much bigger pact in being able to KS with that ultimate because you get free charges out of it.
Yeah, I mean, you still get your share of the experience there, based on their hero level. You still get that, and that's all well and good, but otherwise, yeah, it's just also scouting to make sure that Alliance can't counter-initiate on their commitment up top, so they get intel, They get experience on the Zeus, and of course, kills the tier. So, yeah, in this position, it's now going to be down bottom that Mad is trying to farm, but it looks like this is too far forward for him. Like, if he stays here for even 5-6 more seconds, they're just going to be able to bring him down, but he TB's up top, and Yoki just finds his position in the mid lane.
Spirit Breaker is actually hilarious. I just watched him charge through the Ancient stack. And he just like bumps the lizard around. The lizard just like does that weird little wobbly animation, you know, where he's kind of floundering after that bump. Who else could do that but Spirit Breaker? Charge up to the top lane, load up Void, and no Silent to follow it up. This time around they will have to use their ultimate, but with the repel out, Loda may actually survive. In fact, Empire just going to quit now while they're only a little behind. They do have the melee form on Silence to try and stay ahead of Loda. The stun doesn't land. Now the burst damage turnaround. Oh, not quite enough. Arc Lightning goes out. Loda still keeping alive. Man is going to be able to give him the repel to keep him alive. Oh, the global ultimate goes out. It doesn't actually finish off Loda because he had the repel up. Nor does it get Nikwa. Whoa, what's going on over here? Always want to fly, actually catches Mad. Glimpse back, Loda gonna be caught here. He could not get out. And Mad may also die here. The silence goes down, preventing Aloha Dance from diving in much deeper. But Yoki is gonna keep on going. Meanwhile, Silent actually traps the Clockwork behind the tier 1 tower, but it's Ake fighting up against Yoki that we're gonna watch. The right clicks are enough to get the kill. And they find another one, 18-5. And Empire should now be able to take, well, maybe they can't. That tier 1 tower, they're all low HP, plus the creep wave is pushed out, so they still at least get 4 for nothing?
Yeah, essentially, I mean, they were kind of falling back at one point because the Solidar is offensive, but as soon as that repel wore off, they weren't losing anything. They just turn it, burst him down. Thanks for the sprint, so that gives you 15% additional damage, and yeah, it's just they start turning that fight off of that. The biggest issue Ailiance is facing is they still just don't have any way of canceling that charge. They need to get a Yule Scepter or something on somebody, because otherwise that Yoki's just always going to be able to lead the front line, and immediately after, Zeus follows with lightning. It's like, it's the thunder going before the lightning in this case. The Spirit Breaker charging in just sets up resolution, just keep spamming out these spells. He's building Bloodstone charges. He's going to have insane damage to him. Already does. And it's just, as long as he has Night Stalker and Spirit Breaker in the front line, he gets to play the spell equivalent of the Sniper in this Radiant draft.
Tier 1 tower going to fall here in the bottom lane, 18-5 right now. Empire continuing to farm up. They traded tier 1 for tier 1, not too bad. Oh man, Zeus. He's got 11 Bloodstone charges. I didn't realize he actually had Bloodstone before that fight, so he is a happy camper.
He's gonna have to go for Force Staff next because he is against a Clockwork, but it's still, as soon as he gets that, like, this game is just, I don't know, it's his oyster, it's everything, and
charge. They're going to be able to bump everyone here. They didn't expect this one. Ailiance, good set of cogs there from Nikwa, trying to zone out the rest of Empire, but they're going to come in no matter what you think. Sure, you're taking out the Spirit Breaker, but Ake is the return. Finally, Silent is going to be able to get the kill on Nikwa. Loda trying to get out, but with the Purification, Pycat stuck inside the pit. He's going to battle out as best as he can. Loda's actually going to come back in, hits the 2-man stun, lightning bolt. Glimpse actually goes out, the lightning bolt finishes him off. Nikwa buys back, comes in, finishes off the disruptor. More buybacks. Empire actually trapped inside the river, but can Ailiance get here in time? The Cogs pushes back the rest of Empire. They're low HP. Loda needs to get here, but Silent has already killed the Cogs, and Empire will be able to get out Loda without a blink dagger. And this is what happens when you run the Slardar and you don't actually win the early game. You can't actually get these early kills. He has no item progression.
I mean, they're turning it into a GG Roche fight. Like, they're all flying back to this one fight. They're saying, if we don't get anything out of this, then we're not gonna even keep going. I think they were really kind of all inning on this Roche, and if they get it, they'll keep going, and if they don't, then it might as well be GG. But Suicide from the Zeus, he instantly respawns. He still has 10 Bloodstone charges after the death, and there's that ultimate.
And now Ailiance, I mean, that was such a good bait out from Resolution, knowing that he had enough charges to instantly be back. He's like, whatever, I'll just deny myself. You blew an ultimate for me. And Loda gets bumped around a little bit. The Purification goes out, but no damage, just so much. Now the right click, get him, Resolution. Rawr! Little Dwarf is going to be stunned up, but they do catch the Priest. Omni Knight's going to go down. Meanwhile, Resolution keeps on going, but perhaps a bit too deep, and now he's going to be hit by the hook shot, bounce back. Oh my god, 25 HP. Pycat's going to be the target here. Yoki trying to go for that kill, but Loda not good enough. The Disruptor manages to claim the last hit on Nikwa, and the rest of Ailiance will back themselves up, went all in on the Roshan fight, and are rebuffed. You can't help but feel like that might just be the game right there for Ailiance.
I mean, they committed 2 buybacks, one on the Slaughter, one on the Clock, where they didn't get the Zeus in the end. They got a suicide out of him, they got him down to 1 hit from death, but they couldn't kill this guy. And now he's back up to 12 Bloodstone charges, he's 14 and a half, he's got his 4 staff to get out of hook shots, and I just don't see him actually going down. As long as he just keeps playing the way he's been playing, he can kite them for the next 10 minutes. Like, they're gonna have to build so many items to try to actually close distance on this guy and stay on top of him, because right now he's just unstoppable.
26-9, 19 minutes in, the aftermath of that fight, a 17,000 gold lead for Team Empire, 17,000 experience as well. They did beat away the Spirit Breaker. They might beat away more. Jump in from Nikwa. He's actually committing, but never mind. Backs up. Still though, the Glyph is going to be able to pull him back. He no longer has to repel to protect him and will be bursted up by Resolution. You want some of me? Resolution takes the wicked 6 spree. 13 Bloodstone charges on him now. And he's got a 4-staff, Blink Dagger, the mobility of the Zeus. I mean, Resolution's positioning has already been super good. But when you include the double mobility items, Resolution I feel like is going to be unstoppable. Ailiance are trying to set up on this cliff. Resolution calmly walks by. And Ailiance, now that the trap is set, they can rotate around, but do they really want to? Look at the rest of Empire. Position very aggressively. Yoki, calm down there, buddy. Jesus, he almost went over the cliff. They're going to go for Resolution now. Ake as well as Loda come in from behind the 4-staff forward. Loda managed to hit the stun, but it looks like Resolution's just going to be so hard to eat through. Meanwhile, Pycat dies inside of the base. Back over to Loda. He gets away. Mystic Flare dropped on Always Want to Fly, but it's not enough to get the kill. Loda will end up dying as Resolution catches up for the Arc Lightning clocks. 39 Empire. I mean, they're just trouncing Ailiance so hard. GG, well played. I mean, I think you called it. That was kind of all in on that Roshan fight. When they couldn't get it, it was an inevitable GG that was going to be forced.
Of these 31 kills, Zeus has 14 kills in a limited sense. So he has it's just dramatic team fight participation. Yes, some of those were just popping the LT for the free experience, but in the end, like after that fight, he had another instant respawn on a Bloodstone. He had already accrued all the charges he needed to